Hey everybody, it's Ariel from Home Sweet Apartment. Sorry we're still so echoey here. I've been trying to find a microphone and I just can't find anyone that work with the technology I already have because I record on my phone. So anyways, I apologize for the echoiness of my guest room because we have really high ceilings. But today I thought I would do another religious themed video since it's amazing. I have gotten such great positive feedback on my very candid religious videos. So I'm going to do a video today on how God has impacted me and my husband's life. So as you can see by my goofy shirt here, it's one of my favorite quotes. It says, "Do not be conformed to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind." And that so explains what has been going on in me and my husband's life so far. It's just amazing when you trust God, what kind of miracles happen around you. What this quote means to me is that, we can't just go along our lives being conformed to the pattern of this world. We can't just keep doing what everybody else does, trying to ignore God and make our own plans and things like that. Sometimes we just have to trust God and see what amazing things He does for us in our life. I was actually inspired to do this video, so I thought, oh, well, maybe I'll do another religious themed video, but I don't really have anything else that's been weighing on my mind in terms of like religious themes. So I've been praying about it and I was really inspired by God actually to do this video today. So what inspired this is I was going through some of my old boxes. As you can see in some of my videos and whatever, I finally have cleaned everything out for the most part. We have unpacked all our boxes and whatever. I mean, it's been like 6 months. There are several boxes that are from my parents' house actually, from my old room, that were like memory boxes that I hadn't unpacked it because they were just old memories and I knew kind of vaguely what was in them, and I was like, there's nothing important in there. Obviously memories are important, but I was like, I don't need anything. It wasn't like a kitchen utensils box or anything like that. So I had saved those, and the other day I was finally unpacking one of them, and in it I actually found a sweatshirt. I'll show it to you guys actually, just for fun. So I found this old sweatshirt that says Children's Hospital Boston on it. Now the reason why I had this sweatshirt is growing up I was actually a patient at Children's Hospital for my food allergies. So I had my allergist there and I really loved like the nature of being there, and I actually volunteered there when I was in high school during the summers, and I really loved it there. And I thought, you know what, if I'm going to be a nurse, I really want to surround myself by a really wonderful environment, and I really like this hospital. I really want to work here someday. So I set it in my heart of hearts, my goal, I'm going to work at Children's Hospital in Boston, and like no one could tell me no. I was like, this is what I'm going to do. It doesn't matter. I had my heart set on it, and that was it. I had totally shut myself off to everything else in life. And what was so funny is that was totally my dedication, to the point where I bought the sweatshirt thinking like, I'm going to work there someday, and I don't know what college I'm going to go to, but I at least know where I'm going to work someday. So I thought that was so funny. I just had my heart set so much on that. And my dreams actually changed wildly when I was in school. So I did the pediatric rotation. I also did the maternity rotation. And while I was doing the maternity rotation, I almost felt like I was cheating on pediatrics because I loved maternity so much. It was amazing. And it was funny because I really felt drawn to it, and then I kept thinking back on my life and I was like, wow, even when I was in high school, I remember I went to a Catholic high school and we didn't like go over reproduction or anything like that. But I remember in my anatomy textbook like flipping back, and they had a whole chapter on like, the creation of like, fetuses and, like what happens in the womb during development and like the stages of labor. And for some reason that was just so fascinating to me. Not like the reproductive part, like what happens in a woman's body and, like breastfeeding and lactation and all that. It was just so fascinating to me. And I had just like set it apart in my mind because I thought, oh, well, I'm just going to work at Children's and that's going to be that. So when I was in school, like I was saying, I almost felt like I was cheating on pediatrics because I loved maternity so much. And I am now what I call a birth dork. Like I love looking this stuff up online. I'm subscribed to a bunch of blogs and YouTube channels that talk about birth and talk about natural birth and whatever. Let me backtrack. So it was funny to me because then when it came time for us to apply for an internship, I went to a 4-year program, not a 2-year program. So the difference mainly is that at the end of your program, you pick an internship to do, and then you follow that specialty and see if that's something that you want to do for the rest of your life. So I was really struggling. I said, okay, there's spots open in children's, and this is what I've set my heart on doing, but what is my calling? And that, I think, was so different, is that it's what do I want to do versus what am I called to do? And those are two completely different things that I really had to focus about, and I actually did a lot of praying about. And it was amazing to me because what you're called to do becomes what you want to do. And just because as a teenager I thought I wanted to work at children's, I totally ignored the fact that there might be something in my heart that's different than what the pattern of this world was telling me to do. So I did a lot of praying about it, and I chose maternity. And it was such a risk because there were only like 2 or 3 spots open for maternity. So I knew it was a long shot to even get an internship in there. And I remember the day I found out I had an internship, I screamed. I was like, oh my gosh! Like, I got the email and I was so excited. And just the way I felt, it confirmed that that's what I wanted to do. And then during my internship, everything I saw, everything I experienced was just so amazing, and it was like faith affirming to me. And I realized that working at a place like Children's could be a wonderful experience for some people, and maybe some people are called to do that. But I realized that my calling was not there. In fact, it wasn't even in a hospital. My calling was to be one-on-one with women during their births, during their labor, and that is what I do now. And it's amazing. I love my job. And I didn't even know my job existed when I was in school. I had no idea. And I'm such a planner, and that's probably why I wanted to stay on the children's path, because I knew that that was an opportunity that I would have. I didn't know that this company called the Baby Grove, by the way, existed until I was finished with camp nursing last summer. If you guys remember my old life update videos, I finished camp nursing. But when I first started applying to jobs, I applied to all like hospital jobs. I didn't really hear back in anything. It was getting really kind of sad. And then I remember finding the help wanted for the Baby Grove. And I remember sitting next to my husband. I was looking on my laptop for jobs, and I said, oh my gosh, I think I just found my dream job. And we were both really skeptical because at first I had to convince my boss to give me an interview because she doesn't hire new grads. And now I'm like the go-to person in the company. Like, I am the one that if there's an issue and they can't figure it out, they send me. If there's a lactation problem, they send me. If there's a birth, that's what I do. And it's just really amazing. I totally was taken down this path by God, because I just had no idea that this was going to be what I do for my life. And it was just absolutely amazing. I really had to trust that God knew what he was doing when he made this plan for me. And I'm so happy that I'm in the position that I'm in now because, you know, especially being one-on-one with a woman, I have to say, is really a gift. Because even if I was doing maternity in a hospital, I would not be able to be one-on-one with a person. I'd have a bunch of patients and I'd have to go from room to room to room, and I love being a part of somebody's birth experience. I really just find it wonderful, such a wonderful experience, and I'm kind of a sap, so I've actually, no matter how many births I see, I'm always so overwhelmed by when a baby is born that I'm right there with moms and dads, and I actually have shed a tear at every birth that I've been at, because that is how amazing God's gift to the world is in childbirth. So I find it an amazing experience, and that's been my journey through life, is that I had to find what God wanted me to do and what my path was supposed to be, and not just what I wanted to do. And what I wanted to do really became my life. It's amazing. And next week I'll be back in my shirt, and I will talk a little bit about how God has changed my husband's direction in the way of careers. So until next week, guys, thanks so much for all your positive words and your words of encouragement and everything, and God bless you guys. And yeah, if you like, subscribe. Bye.